Who was Rabbi Meir Kahane? In recent years, Israel has seemingly begun a swift descent into what many critics have described as fascism, with Benjamin Netanyahu's government being touted as the most right-wing government in Israeli history. The open hatred towards Palestinians seems to be growing, with it on full display at this year's Flag March in Jerusalem, during which ultra-nationalist Israelis regularly chant death to Arabs. Whilst the extremity of this violence and hatred may seem novel to some, this kind of right-wing fervour has been gripping Israel since the 1970s, and Rabbi Meir Kahane played a pivotal role in it. Born in Brooklyn in 1932, Kahane first found fame when he created the Jewish Defense League in 1968, as a response to anti-Semitism that Jewish people were facing in the streets of New York. The JDL gained significant fame throughout America because of its militant activities and violent methods, but this fame brought with it attention from the FBI. Kahane was indicted for weapons smuggling and possession of explosives in 1971. This was not Kahane's first arrest or his last arrest, because after he received a suspended sentence, he decided to move to Israel, where he was arrested around 60 times more. Once in Israel, Kahane began to forge a political career and founded the Kach Party, which throughout the 1970s and early 1980s was largely unsuccessful. According to Israeli historian Tom Segev, Kahane was seen as nothing more than an eccentric troublemaker, destined to hold no more sway than lavatory graffiti. Segev's statement refers to the extremity of Kahane's views, which to many at the time within Israel were unpalatable. Kahane's disdain for the Palestinians went further than what was acceptable at the time. He referred to Arabs as cancer and called for their expulsion from Israel.
If we continue in this way, the Arabs, by their birth rate, not through any intifada, will be the majority here, and God help us then. They must go. That is the message. They must go.
In 1984, Kahane showed that he was no joke, when his Kach party received 25,000 votes in the Israeli parliamentary elections, enough for a seat in the Knesset. In the Knesset, Kahane pushed bills that proposed slavery and expulsion for non-Jewish people who would not accept Jewish supremacy, segregation of public spaces such as beaches, and the separation of marriages between Jews and non-Jews. Other members of the Knesset would frequently walk out when Kahane spoke, and one member compared Kahane's bills to the Nuremberg laws and found striking similarities. Kahane ultimately could not hide his extensive racism towards the Palestinians, and in July of 1985, the Knesset passed a law which banned candidates with racist acts or goals from standing in elections, spelling the end of Kahane's own political career. Kahane was banned from the 1988 elections, and in 1990, whilst in New York, he was assassinated. His Kach party was later banned in 1994 when Baruch Goldstein, a close friend and disciple of Kahane's, carried out a terrorist attack at the Ibrahimi Mosque in Hebron, known to Jews as the Cave of the Patriarchs. Goldstein's attack, which took place during Ramadan, killed 29 Palestinians. Our next episode will take a look into Kahane's lasting impact on Israeli politics.